Okay, all. It's been a while since I made a video, so you have to bear with me. Um, I've been asked to help showcase wiring techniques. Um, I actually like to say I've been to some bases where I see wiring all over the place. Looks like Spider-Man got a little drunk and a little zealous with his web slingers. Um, I'm going to try to showcase how we can avoid some of that. Some people don't know through the wall things or through the floor things, through the ceiling things, which power connectors to use for which situations. I'm going to try and showcase that. Might be a few videos, so I'm going to start here with the basics. As we can see, this particular object right here is your basic power conduit on top of a floor. One thing I see a lot of people overusing is wires to try to light up a lamp. Now, one thing you can utilize to avoid that, we're going to run a power line from our generator to that. Oh, if it doesn't let us. Okay, so we have to pick that up and put it up higher, I think. There we go. We now have power going to this power conduit. And we see our lamps lit up. Okay. Our lamp will light up within 2 squares, I believe, of the power conduit that has power to it. So, right now, that's in the center, and 2 squares away does not have power. But a square and a half, or 2 squares does, because that's in the center of that square. So 1 whole square, and then the center of that square would be 2 squares. Okay, move it to the edge right here. No power. Put it back between the two. No power. So yes, it is on that particular kind of conduit. 2 squares away gives power to objects that require power, but not a wire. So your typical light bulbs, your lamps, so on and so forth. Very, very common mistake I see is people putting these conduits all over the place, every square, running wires to them at every square when you don't have to. As you can see, it generates power 2 squares away for this situation. That's both up, down, left, right. Just to prove that, I will actually put some floors up. Won't let me put that there. By that, stairs. There we go. Let me put a set of stairs up. And now I'll put the floors up the stairs. Oh, what am I doing? That's crooked. All kinds of crooked. Wow, wake up. Wow, haven't done this in so long. Okay, so now I can take my lamp and then go upstairs, put it down, it has power. See, that is 1 full square above the power conduit, and again I can move it. This is another way you can test to see if you have power going to where you want it in your base. See where you might need to put another conduit, see where you might need to move a generator. See? I'm losing power right in that little section right there. And that's still might as well say 2 squares away, 1.5 squares away. But now we're entering vertical, which, so if we're gonna get into some kind of complicated math if you want me to do all that, but by simply testing with a lamp, which costs almost no resources whatsoever, you can figure out it costs 1 ceramic, 1 copper, 1 glass, and 2 pieces of steel to make a lamp, and that's without contractor. With contractor, it'd be 11111. I didn't use contractor for any of this. I'm also building at the Tyler County Dirt Track, one of my favorite places to build, because it's large, wide open, and you're using a lot of their resources, not your own. Another little tidbit I could throw in here, for some of you who don't know, if you look on the right-hand side, you see how it says foundation, concrete, 6K/4, and it's green. If it's green, you're using the game's resources. If it is white, and let's see if I can find, actually if I go to generators and I go to this lovely little fusion generator, you see how everything is green except for nuclear material. Nuclear material is the white color. That means if I build this, I'm going to use 12 of my own nuclear material, but everything else will be from the workshop. So it's always good, in my opinion, to practice building what you want to build at a workshop, because you can always make blueprints and basically use those blueprints and copy paste and put things over. One of the tricks I was going to use to show some of the through the wall aspects for wiring, so that way you don't have to try to do it on every single one. But first, as you can see, this basic power conduit with the wire gives power up to 2 squares away. Test it out your best ability. Don't just throw conduits everywhere and run wires everywhere. And just to show that I'm not running a different power somewhere, I will get rid of this wire. And there is no power to the lamp. Run wire. Power to the lamp. Okay? Now, another thing that some people like to try to use is conduit power radiators, which are these lovely little things found in the power connectors menu. It might be different for you. You might have different options. Some of my stuff was gotten through the Atom Shop, found through missions and questing, whatnot. Power radiator does exactly what it says it does. It radiates power. However, you still need to have power going to it. So in this case, I'm just going to use this quick little conduit connector and run power from the generator to it, which I can't because it's not close enough. I should have used a larger generator. It made it easier. But so now there is power going to this power radiator. Okay, as you see, it requires power. It's not red. Now, one thing a lot of people will do is they will take these, and you can see it requires power. Doesn't have any. Put it down next to it, and now it has power from the radiator. But as you can see, the radiator is in the middle of a block. One block. Block and a half. Block and a half, no power. Now, why is that? I don't know. Why does the hardwired connector give me more range? I don't know. We could chalk that up to a Bethesda question. If their community answers ever come through, we might have some of those answers. But as you can see, power radiator. It's only about a block, maybe. Well, it's a block definitely, but block and a half, no go. And you saw 2 blocks with the basic generator. So yes, the power radiator doesn't make you have to have wires, but depending what you're using it for, you may not necessarily need wires. Now you want to run vendors. Well, you can't put vendors up in a workshop. So let's see something that does require power. Oh, actually, there we go. We can just do that. Since I'm in a workshop, we'll go to resources, and we'll go to, which one is this? That is a silver extractor. So we're going to build a silver extractor. Now that needs power. It needs 10 power. Obviously my little tiny generator is not going to be enough. So let's build a slightly larger generator. Yeah, we'll just build this thing so we don't have to worry about it. Okay. And now, again, there's a bigger generator. No power to the lamp because I got rid of the wire. As you can see, sometimes it'll let the wires cut through some things, sometimes it won't. Like it's partly going through the generator itself. Weird. Other times it won't let that happen, but it's trial and error. But now you need power to get over here, and your generator's way over there, and you can't just drop a wire because it's too far away. What do? See, it's red, it won't let you do it. Cannot place item intersects with existing object, all kinds of problems. Okay. So how do you get power over there? Well, there you make power connectors. You can't use a radiator because you need an actual wire. Because as you can see, this has a wire that comes off of it, so it needs a wire. So a radiator will not work. So you need a conduit. Now, a little trick that I like to use is I will just use one of the mini tower wire things, whatever they're called here. I don't even know. Power pylons. They're about as tall They're just a hair shorter than the actual generator. But they allow wires to be kind of maneuvered at a little bit longer distance because they stay higher and away from the generators. See how the wire is staying pretty much even with the top of the generator. Now I can probably run, I might be able to run a wire directly from there right over to, nope, still too far away because it goes through what's it going through? What's going through what's it going through? The wall. Okay. So we just gotta move this. Another trick here, I've already got the wire. I can pick up the pylon itself and just move it, and it extends the wire. Okay. So I don't have to disconnect the wire, move the pylon, disconnect the wire, move the pylon. I could just grab the pylon and move it, and it keeps the wire connected to it. So I can even bring it down here, and it will let me build it down here if I want. See? And I can come right through the door. Bam. We have power. You know, that little trick with extending the wires via moving the pylon works with everything. Except for these conduits for some reason, because they don't stay connected to each other. These ones do. See, so again, you have the wire connected. You can move this, and it keeps power. And then when you actually get too far, it'll tell you the attached wire is invalid. It's because the wire is too long. But as you can see, a wire can be quite long. Now, running it on the outside of your house, you're going to have drooping wires. You know, you might not want that. So it's a matter of practice. Take a look. Realize that you don't have to have 15 connectors to connect one item. Utilize the tools that you have. Here's a through-the-wall connector that they introduced to the game. It's a conduit. It's called the pass-through. It's got the power out here. As you can see, a little doodad sticking out of the wall here, and then it's got two things on the inside. Now I can put power to this out here, and it will add power to this inside, the two insides, which one is sticking through the floor. You can barely see it there. So that would be a perfect thing if you wanted to try to hide a wire from something on your top floor, but you still need power up there. All you'd have to do is click to build a wire from that, and see I got the wire coming out of that now. It won't go through there because it's too touching through things. But as you can see, I have a wire that I can connect to something that would be up here. So if I wanted to have a, let's see, what can I build? I don't know. What can I build that requires power? Or a wire, I should say. Oh dear. Anything that requires power. Everything that I would need to use would be built in my house area. I can't build it here at one of these. Oh, actually, we can do lights. There's a light that has, it's like a construction light. Where is it? There it is. Okay. This requires an actual wire to give it power. So see, I can't connect to that thing up here. It's giving me intersection with an existing object, blah, 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 blah. It's probably intersecting with itself, actually. Yeah. So it might be intersecting with the floor. I'm not sure. Bethesda's weird when it comes to what's intersecting and what's not. Just a matter of trying to move things and seeing what'll let you do what. But overall, it's a matter of trial and error. You can always final adjust things at the end. Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me do that. I think it's probably because it's going through the metal board there. So if I actually store that, grab this and move it over a little bit. And that's the thing, you can adjust it, move it around. you know, continuing from the last video, moving these through the wall conduits, you can move them around. As you can see, you can have the thing sticking out just barely on the outside. You can play with it. You can put it in a corner, adjust it, come through the corner. As long as it's green, it should be able to put in. Sometimes Bethesda Lovely shows us green and it won't go in. But as you can see, I just put that in the corner, so it's actually sticking out of the corner of the building. Which would let me hide it with decorations if I wanted, so I didn't have other things coming through. Put the power connector back on there. See if it'll actually let me connect it to that light. Nope, it's still going to tell me intersects with an existing object. So, we apparently can't use that to go through the floor, which is lame. But there are other through the floor connectors. We go back into this, and this is one of them here. As you can see, it's a regular connector pointing down. Oops. We can just rotate it. Don't fall off the floor. Rotate it and go to the other connector that's pointing up. Connect it there. Power. 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 It's weird. To power. Power to, no, that won't let me do that there. There. So, by just running wires random willy-nilly, I got this light to work. Now, I could have done it much easier, much simpler. But as you can see now, I've got wires everywhere, all connecting. I don't want that. That's going to make my house look silly. You know, I want to run this thing with this one generator, but I want that one generator to be down here in the bottom corner so nobody can see it. Okay? So let's get rid of all this. Scrap, 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 scrap. We'll keep my lamp. Scrap. 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 And we're going to move the generator down below. Well, it won't go in there because it's hitting a wall or some weird thing. Thank you, Bethesda. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now it's down below. It's going to be hidden by walls. Nobody can see it. There, I'll even put in the walls. They want us to not use the double walling feature, but yet they make it pop up left and right. Okay, so it's now hidden behind walls. And how are we going to get power from that without having 18 million wires sticking all over the place? And we don't want to run wires inside the house, so what are we going to do? Well, we're going to use one of the through-the-wall conduits. We're going to put that right behind the generator. Actually, before we do that, we're going to pull the generator out a corner a bit. We're going to grab that through the wall and we're going to put it through the corner on that other side, just to show that you can hide it with things and still make it work. Okay. Connectors. That one. Now we know we can't go through the roof over here. Oh, we have an extra connector here that we don't need. Get rid of that. So we can put it on the floor here, or we can put it up above here. Either one doesn't really matter. But now we're going to connect the wire. And that's going to help us guide to where we can put this, because it might pop up telling us that it's interconnecting, or see how it climbs up on top of the conduit. We don't want that. We're going to get it as close as we can so it's not on top of the conduit. And there. For the most part, that whole situation's hidden. You can put a flower pot over here if you don't want anybody really looking at it. But we now have power going to the outside of the house. Okay? And as I said, the wires can go awfully far. So let's just keep using these power connectors here. And we're going to go up and over. We're going to go up over here. That should let me do a wire. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to come way over here, put another conduit. And I should be able to run the wire. There we go. Okay. Now keep in mind, these will give power 2 squares away. So anything this way, over to here will be given power. Anything down the floor, under the ground, will be given power up to 2 squares away, as well as above it, up to 2 squares away. So it's like a sphere of energy, if you will, that's up to two squares away. So 1, 2, but then this one here, 1, 2, so it overlaps. So this whole area is going to have energy, but I've only got 2 conduits out. That's weird. But now I want more power to be able to be inside my house, but I don't want wires everywhere, so let's put another through-the-wall conduit. Okay, another through-the-wall conduit. We'll just angle it a little bit. Bam. We have a through-the-wall conduit. Okay. I'm going to run the wire from here to there. And we're going to throw a wall up over here again. Okay, so our little house is taking shape, right? And then we just throw another conduit. Now, because these give the energy up and down, left and right, I'm trying to utilize that by keeping it in about the center of the building. Okay, so that's giving me 2 squares. It's giving me a nice solid loop. I'm going to come over here. Now, sometimes with these conduits, you can get them to angle just right on the walls and put them on an angle. See how I'm kind of rotating it a little bit? And now it's on a rounded edge. That kind of lets you go around corners. But now, my harvester has power again. And I only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conduits, and that's running power from one end of the house to the other. And then just to show that my other little explanation was working, my lamp, power, 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 power. Oh, no, that's the floor. Lamp. Power. Let's put the lamp on the stairs. See if the stairs have power. Oh, well, let me put the lamp on the stairs. There we go. Lamp on the stairs. There, hey, there's power going over the stairs. Put this down here, on the floor. There's power down there. See? So, just taking your time and looking at how you're running your wires and knowing the difference between the conduits will help you immensely wire up your house. There's all kinds of tricks and glitches, if you will, that you can use that will make the wires go through the walls, make them go through the floors, so on and so forth. And you'll hear people talking about, yeah, I glitched my walls, or I glitched this, I glitched that. I try not to use glitches. I really do. I don't like to use them because the way I kind of look at it is it's almost a cheat. I have done it in some of my builds where, you know, for some odd reason, just the edge of this wall is considered, you know, blocking my wire, which you can plainly see the wire going past it. It's like, okay, what's going on here? And yes, I will get upset and I will use one of the glitches. But I'm not going to utilize those. I'm not going to show those. If you want to see those, you want to show those, then leave me a comment and I will show those. One of the things I use these windows for, you can run wires through open windows and open doors. And then I don't really know if it's considered a glitch, but worst case, you can run the wire through the door and then you can change the wall through replace and make it a solid wall, and the wire will stay. And then the wire's just going through the wall. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. I would assume it is because you're using the game's mechanics against itself, I guess. Another thing you have to be aware of is if you run all your cabling and then you put wallpaper up, it will get rid of your conduits. See, let's see if I can't do wallpaper in a workshop. That's silly, but yes, if you put wallpaper up, like on this, say we're building it in my home tab or whatever, and I put wallpaper on these two pieces, this conduit is most likely going to get put in my storage. I don't know why. Thank you, Bethesda, but that's one of the reasons. One of the things I was going to suggest is blueprinting. So like you can build your floor, your basic, you can use concrete, wood, whatever, okay, and then you can put you can change your walls after, so you can put whatever wall you want up. And then we're gonna, if we go to blueprints, see, we got toggle buildable objects. Well, let me make blueprints anymore. Why can't I blueprint items anymore? Or did they disable that function now? Or am I just in the wrong screen? No, I've got to be in that menu. Blueprint. Yeah, it won't let me blueprint anything anymore. So instead of fixing the blueprint glitches and bugs that they had out there, they just disabled blueprinting. That's cool. So anyway, what I was going to suggest is you build your floor with your wall, with your through the wall conduit up, and blueprint it, and then you can just place that down whenever, wherever you need it, instead of having to each and every time line it up, so on and so forth. And then you can just change your wall styles to whatever you want to use it as. But actually, I will show that other thing that I was talking about wall. No, I can't do it with wallpaper. Never mind. Can't do the wallpaper thing. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Hopefully I didn't babble too much. And hopefully you learned a little bit. If you have any questions about how to do any of this, or you need help wiring up your base because it looks like Spider-Man got a little too drunk and had a little too much fun, I can help you out on PS4, obviously. Or maybe not obviously, you don't know I'm playing on PS4. But yes, I'm on PS4, so I can help you out on PS4, or I can give you tips and talk you through on any of these other systems, Xbox, PC. So yeah, just leave comments, click like, subscribe if I helped you, click like, subscribe if I didn't help you, and hopefully I'll see you in more videos soon.